Hey, Mary. Hey, Trisha. Yes, we're here. I'm here. Hey, Holly, Debbie, Josh. Sherry doesn't know I'm live. Hey, Rob. So, we have moved into our new place, and there's been a lot of projects that need to get done. I'm working on one of them, and I thought I'd share some of it with you guys today. So, we've been dealing with some negative air pressure situations in the house where we're getting some musty smells coming up into the house from the crawl space. And it's supposed to be a conditioned crawl space, which means the entire crawl space is supposed to be covered in plastic, but there's cuts all throughout it. There's a bunch of smells. So the next couple, this weekend and last weekend and probably next weekend and a couple weekends to go, I'm relining the entire crawl space. And so it starts with removing debris, vacuuming, which is what I'm primarily doing today, and giving you guys a tour of the house under the house. So I have a handy dandy map here of the house, and this green spot is where I'm actually starting today. And previously, I think on the map might look more, more like that. So previously, so this is the stairs, this is the kitchen, and I had previously cleaned from the master bathroom, which is over here, all the way through to the kitchen. And now I'll be going back over that path and coming into the living room. Got a handy dandy vacuum. It's kind of interesting to watch on the stream, not always though. And a bunch of other goodies in a box that I'll be going through. In addition, I'll be taking measurements of the cross sections of the house because, and Bonnie's here helping. She does not get to go in the crawl space, but she wants to be here. But I need to get out of the way. I've got to cut a vapor barrier to go across the house like this, and I need to know what the lengths are. So I'll be taking measurements of these cross sections today to try to pre-cut those lengths when I'm ready to do it. So yeah, it is. So no games. We do have our games sort of kind of set up, but we don't know. Cameras aren't set up, power's not ready. It's just been a long time. So it's nice to see you all. I'm just cleaning the crawl space today until I lose power on the camera. And I've set up the camera on a skateboard, Bonnie's skateboard to be exact. And that's what, anyway, so it's good to see you all. You're welcome to hang out. So you smell a smelly smell. It smells smelly. That's right. That's right. And in certain areas, it smells worse. So I suspect there are a number of areas where the vapor barrier has been penetrated, and that needs to be dealt with. So anyway, that's what I'm doing tonight, at least for the next 3 hours. I think I'll be down there. It's 5:30 right now. So that'll take me to 8:30. Yep, appreciate it, Rob. And but that's just kind of what's going on, and I'm going down under and bringing you all with, and it's going to be loud and annoying. So, and hopefully you're not claustrophobic. Here we go. All right, you all now are under the house. I'm not. My light, got my backup light, got my pen, got the vacuum end. Welcome to the crawl space. All right, it's about to get loud. So in just a second, it's going to get loud. You're probably going to want to mute. You'd be like, oh my gosh, it's so loud. So if you're hanging out with me, turn the volume down because the vacuum's going on and I won't be able to shut it off because the switch is way up inside. We have a central vac. So I have a extension on the central vac to let me go through the crawl space with it. But yeah. And this has all been previously cleaned quite a bit. So let me swap that around. So I've already been through this whole section all the way down to the end and vacuum this all out. Looks much better. You used to look real like crap all over the place. I do not like messy crawl space. There's tons of debris back there and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, here's one of those punctures. It's all throughout the crawl space. This is supposed to be completely sealed. Otherwise, it just the air conditioning system just doesn't work well. So, woo! Hey, can you restart the stream? Oh, so is it in landscape? I can't actually tell that it's in landscape, so I can go like, well, it actually says it's not in landscape. Oh, yeah. So I tried to get it. I tried to actually get it started in landscape. I couldn't. It is not landscape, just portrait. Not much I can do about it. Well, yeah, there's no duct tape. There's shirt tape. See, we've got shirt tape, but hopefully there's no duct tape. Duct tape is a horrible, horrible thing, and it does not hold well, and it's not watertight or environmentally doesn't hold back the environment. It's not waterproof. So, anywho, that's what I'm going to be doing, and yeah, so we'll see how this goes. About to turn the vacuum on. And just to recap, let me get my handy dandy box here. So here's where I am right now. And if I continue forward, that's going to go up here into the pantry. And backward is back to the master bathroom. So I'll be going this way and coming around and then coming back through here. I think. I'm not entirely sure the best way to go throughout here. And Bonnie says, boy, she really wants to come down here. But she can't. She can't. So, anyway, it's about to get noisy. Here we go. Very bouncy. Might get a little quieter to shut the vent off on the vacuum. There's lots of debris all over the place still. So, just crawling under a pipe. Let me get off the board for a second. So, lots of fun. It's actually a pretty roomy crawl space. Some places you can actually sit up. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so I was hoping I could take a laser and shoot my distances. But I think the ventilation's in the way for a good shot for most of it. But we're gonna see, there's a spot right here along the back wall. That's on the map. That's, let's see, where's that? So I've crawled to here. So this is the back wall. And oddly enough, there's this is part of the ventilation stack. This is feeding a vent into the pantry of all things. So that was kind of weird. And this is a pretty spider-free area. I haven't really ran into spiders here because it's a conditioned crawl. But I'm about here. And it looks like I can get a shot right there with my laser. And then if I can get all the way down there, there's two ventilation stacks there. And then I think I might be able to shoot all the way to the end. Hoping. Put my light on brighter. Pretty darn close. So way down there at the very, very end. So that vertical pipe there, that thing right there, that is the drain for the shower. On the back side of that is insulation. So if I can see that, I can shoot it, which means I can actually get the measurement I need for the cuts, which is pretty big. That's what I need right now. So turn that down low. We turned out the lights. All right. Anyway, that's what's going on. Oh, hey, Sherry. Put that up there a little bit. Okay. So I shoot. It looks like it's here. All right, so from here to the wall, that's 144 inches. And we'll see if I have enough length here with my Klein. I hope I do. Let's see. Let me zoom back out here. There we go. Now we're going to see if I can actually get a reading. I actually see something. And I got a reading. 330 inches. All right. So of course I'll want to cut extra, but hey, here we go. So we got 144 inches plus 330 inches for that cut. Well, there we go. And based on the map, so that'll be, I think there's two or three runs that are going to be that length. I need to confirm that. And the width, there's not a lot I can do about the width because the sheets come in 10-foot widths, so it'll just be what it is. Oh, I'm so sorry, Amy Morris. I hope your grandma recovers. It's so difficult to break your bones. And it doesn't get easier the older we get. So, all right, so now I got to see if I'm right about my lengths here. So, let's see. So that looks like it'll take me to the back wall. Oh, okay, yeah. So my light on brighter again. Okay. So there's one section, and then way back there's a second section that's walled off. So what that's telling me again, I'm looking this way. So we have one section here. There's a second section here, which is going to be the same length as this. So this is the section I'm in. This is the next section over. That's that section there. And then there's another section here. It comes to here. And then there's footers right in here, and then the rest. This is actually the dining room. So part of the dining room is in a separate section. So the lengths I needed for these cuts, so we have at least 1, 2, 3 in this section, which I think comes all the way down, which means I think there's going to be a fourth section here before it gets kind of shrunk. I won't really know that though till I explore this section. I haven't been out here, so I'm focusing on this area. And yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of cuts in the vapor barrier here. So it's no wonder we're getting some odors in the house. Is it to scale? No, you're being funny. No, I drew this in about 2 minutes upstairs because I wanted to have some way to get these measurements and just have an idea of where I am under the house so I don't get lost. Last time I was kind of lost. I wasn't entirely sure where I was. So this will at least keep me straight. And yeah. But yeah, there's lots of room up here. Like here I am, I'm sitting upright. See, I'm actually sitting fully upright. There's actually a lot of room in a lot of places here. So here's some electrical wires. They're all safe. Just, you know, you don't want to bump your head on nails that pop through. So that's really the biggest concern you got to watch for. It's a very modern crawl space. And then we've got all of our hot cold water lines running through. And I do need to actually map those out as well at some point because we have some water line issues in the house, and I want to make sure I know what I'm telling the plumbers I need to do or do it myself. So, all right. But yeah, so I'm going to be exploring. I'm going to come around this corner here. So we're right about just looking at where I'm at. So there's that right there is the plumbing stack underneath the dining room. I mean the kitchen. Doesn't want to put that in the way, so it's getting blurry. But anyway, so that is the drain and the water lines going into here. So that tells me I'm like right here, approximately. So I'm gonna come out here and then go underneath the living room. I want to pay special attention to the venting in here to see if there's any gaps. At some point I'm gonna have us turn on the heat. Not today though, and I have an infrared camera. I want to see if any of the venting is leaking. which should show up really good on an IR camera. So, and I want to see if there's any gaps, obvious gaps down through here too, because we're getting a lot of. This is a section that's has a lot of distinct smells. So, and it's 2 areas over. So, let's see. So I think it's going to be. There's this. There's this. We got that. So, anywho. Back onto the skateboard you go. So I wanted to have at least some kind of a system. It's too bouncy though. Start. And don't worry, I do have a backup camera. I mean, not a backup camera, I do have a backup light if this somehow fails. So, all right, into the hole you go. Follows my box. Okay. Here we go. There. Action shot. All right. Bouncy as it is. It's funny, I vacuumed all of this out last time. There's still so much stuff. It's incredible. Look at all that. All right, now the next section, it looks like it's stepped up. So there's a layer of buildup underneath it. So he teared it down. So that's all gonna have to get cleaned up in this next section. All the debris. I'm not there right now. Huh. That is a thing. Oh, I know what that is. So that is underneath the sofa. So that is the electrical outlet in the floor underneath the sofa. Now I know where I am. Oh, that's not good. Excess electrical line dangling on the floor down here. Now they punched it through and they had a bunch of excess and we got left. That's kind of dangling. So, and unfortunately, they went underneath the vent. So, that's going to be a thing that needs to get cleaned up. So this is part of our ventilation. Oh, look at all those screws down there. That's fun. I'm not going to suck those up, but I will pick them up in my box in a little bit. Hey, while I am cleaning and inspecting the crawl space in our house, finding all kinds of stupid things like this. That's just stupid. Not entirely sure what was going on there. So, why they did it that way. Always something. Anyway, it sounds like the hose is clogged here. Yeah. That happens sometimes. Oh, it might be out of length on the hose too. I might have to reroute it. Alright, so I need to get more hose accessible. And I abandoned my box with all my other stuff in it. I'm actually getting close to the back of the house now. So, Okay, before I get too far, I want to actually take a look at this electrical line. See where it's headed. So that line is headed way over there. All right, let's see. Yeah, no, it's probably more fun to watch somebody squeeze underneath something. Let's see. But, so, looks like that line that has the excess length in it terminates on the other side of this vent, wherever that vent is. There's a vent here and a vent here So I think to Sherry that means that's the living room vents. I think there's 2 vents in the living room. So I wonder if that line goes up somewhere. Oh, I got a vacuum up my butt. That was fun. Ah, it goes in there. Doesn't come out the other side. TMI, John. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So to get some more light. So it comes out there. It goes into the insulation. And everything gets blurry. Uh-oh. See, there goes my light. All right. That was weird. All right, let's see here. So back to the house plan. It looks like I think there's a vent here and a vent here. And I think that line, the power line that has the excess length is coming through here. It almost looks like it was a prior homeowner job. Now there's an exterior electrical outlet here. All right, in the dark. Why? Have extras. All right. All right, now I'm on my backup headset. Worst case scenario, I have a phone, so not that bad. Yeah, I agree. Sherry's going to have to share her belly dance. All right, so I'll figure that out. Time to get serious. Got a ton of debris I gotta deal with. Time to abandon the map and get to cleaning. And I need to relocate the vacuum. So in the meantime, I will just get these screws out of here. All right, that's going to be a squeeze. I think what I'll do is I'll go down there, crawl underneath it, pull the vacuum through. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, who needs that? All right. There we go. Scooting down. Scooting down. Okay. Headlamp back on. Alrighty then. Got my debris box. Pick up some more of this debris. Yeah, cat-faced spiders are really cool. They're non-poisonous, and their abdomen looks like they've got a cat face when the females are fully grown. It's really cool. Sherry's not a big fan though, because they make giant webs. All right. There we are. I'm going to crawl under this about the width of my hand. And hopefully I don't get stuck. Actually, I think there's a better way to do this. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go all the way around to do this smartly. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All back through. I don't want to mess with the ducting. So rather than risk the duct doing anything bad to the ducting, then we'll go all the way back around. Woohoo! Just move around. Come back from whence it came. Slow going. Alright. Time to do a little reset here. Turn the vacuum off for just a minute. Get my bearings. Let's see here. Don't need these tools with me anymore. Is that happening today? I don't need skateboard. That didn't really work. Don't lose the map. I don't need that for what's about to do. So yeah. All right. Now, last weekend I was doing this. I sent Sherry a short video and she said, well, that's kind of interesting. You should live stream it. So here I am. Doing the deed. All right, so this is the other side of the ducting that I decided not to try to crawl underneath because I don't want to do anything funky to it. It's 18-inch ducting I really don't want to deal with if there's a problem. So I'm going to feed the vacuum through here, and then I should be able to get easier access on the other side once I go back. All right, let's see. Don't need to waste any battery right now. All right, there's my nozzle. Start feeding it through. Boop, boop. Still feeding. All right, last of it. Here's something, some debris stuck in here. Oh, lovely nail, lovely. Keep that over here out of the way. All right. Get myself turned back around. Crawl all the way back down there, come back over, and then come on out on that side. That's the plan anyway. So I'm going to leave you here and come back for you. Yeah, it's not going to work. Could be interesting, but I'll just take you with I was going to leave you in the pit of despair. I was hoping I could actually get a shot and then still be able to grab the camera on the other side, but I don't know. Too much at once. Anyway, sucker is impossible. Let's here we go. Vacuum's on. Let's go. Back on the journey. One bald man. There we go. That's more fun. Action shot. As I drag my legs. Try not to kick things. Oh. I'm gonna have such an intimate relationship with this crawl space. The time I'm through with it. Okay, halfway there. Funny. Seemed to take a lot longer getting out of here. If I was shorter, this would be a lot easier. Okay. Whew. Back to Cable Land. Which is not good. So appreciate the compliment there, Holly. All right, we're gonna go back to forward cam and we're gonna suck up a bunch of stuff now on our second section. There we go. Got some hose. Hey, we got a nozzle. So we're not, don't want this to be too kinky. Yeah, it's pretty kinky there. Okay. Make sure the hose is straight. Don't want it to curl more than I can stand. Thank goodness this is a central vac and not a shop vac. All right. All right. That's going to be debris in the debris box. Debris in the debris box. Debris in the debris box. And most of this looks like I can just use a broad brush. Let's see, what does that look like over there? Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Other than that, I don't want that. That clog things up. Insulation, large chunks of wood. We do not want. Oh, who turned out the light? All right. Ooh. I do not want extra fiber. More fiber here than I have to deal with already. All right, here we go. Vacuuming my house, underneath my house, as it was left a mess. There, staples, little blocks of wood. Hey, there's a block of wood. So, oh, there's some nasty things. Oh yeah, more cuts. There's just a ton of cuts in this crawl space. Conditioned crawl spaces are nice when they're properly sealed. This has not been properly sealed. Now, some places back east, when you have a crawl space or a vapor barrier, it's supposed to leave a 3-inch termite gap between the sill plate and the footers before you put your vapor barrier. That is not in code here. We really don't get termites here to the point where they've put it into code. So we do get carpenter ants though. Hey, danger zone. No comment on your question. I can neither confirm nor deny what might be underneath the vapor barrier. Oh, wow. Holy cow. That's the first spider web I've seen. Right here. Check out that cut. Woo! That's a doozy. So, all right, bunch of debris. Pick up the debris. Don't hit the joist with my head. No idea what that was for. Oh yeah. John, you wish you were here? Doing a danger zone? Does that mean you've got something to hide through one of these holes? This is just bad. This is why I gotta relayer this whole thing. So I gotta start. A lot of this is gonna have to get retaped. I'll retape up as many of these gaps as I can. And then I'm gonna put another layer of poly on top of it. I think this is 6 mil. So I'm going to 10 or I think I'm going to 10 mil for the next layer. But you can't buy 10 mil locally at the hardware store. You can only get 6 mil. So I'm gonna order it. Yeah, I know. It's like the stuff you find. Prescription. Yeah, I'm nearsighted too, but not that bad. I have been in far tighter crawl spaces. This is not a super tight crawl space. And thankfully it is mostly sealed, so. Yeah, look, there's some more. Like that should all be sealed up. So someone's done a number on this. More debris. And the actual vacuuming and cleaning this stuff out, most part, this part's kind of a one-person job. It's not too bad to do. When it comes to actually layering the new paneling in here, the new plastic, yeah, I could see that being a much bigger job. This is the easy part. Oh yeah, another hole. Right there. Huh. All right. I still want to know what the heck that dangling wire is for. I'm gonna have to fix that. Just coil it till I can fix it. All kinds of fun debris up there. That's where we're heading. Sorry. Make sure I got a place to put my butt. That's fun. Almost looks like a dragon head or butterfly. Look at that. It's a butterfly flapping its wings. That's cool. All right. Move underneath this. Get my butt on the other side. Okay. Things we do for entertainment. This is all right. Having too much fun. Hey, I'm only an hour into this. Unfortunately, I don't have enough juice to my phone to go the full 3 hour stream here. So I'll probably have to cut this, end this soon. And there's one of them nails. Ugh. But when I was doing this last weekend, I told Sherry, hey, just another hour. And I think I was under here another hour and a half or 2 hours. I wouldn't say this is fun, but like, you know, it's one of those jobs you do where you can see what you're doing and make progress and silently judge people who caused the problem. Maybe it's the silent judgment I'm enjoying more than anything. I don't know. Okay. And the cool thing about the central vac is it's not that loud where I'm at. Like, I don't have this huge noisy thing. Let's clean up more debris. It's just a little bit of, well, that was kind of loud, but Sherry sang it with an a cappella group earlier today. That wasn't something she was expecting to do. But she sung a cappella with a bunch of women, and they sounded really good. I was impressed. Yeah, I know, Bruce. You have to. My God. There's so much we have to do on our get this house done list. It's all first world problem stuff, but like, I don't know. All right. Okay. Oh, I set Bonnie off. I must be under the master bedroom somewhere. Let's see. Yeah. That's where I'm at. So, that right there, I don't have the map on to show you, but that is the plumbing stack going to the master bathtub. So this is the back wall. And here's an unused board Hopefully it's just an unused board and not something, wow, that's a weird echo, huh? Hello, hello, hello. Wow, that's kind of cool. Getting a weird echo right here. Is that something that fell off? I don't think so. It's just a lovely piece of debris. Well, you know, Holly, that was my intention, actually, with the map picture. Was I like give you guys updates as I go through, but it's just too much. So I'll move the board to that side. Hopefully, I can get to it later. It will not fit in my box. It is too small. My box is too small. All right. More holes. Huh. I gotta watch my head. I just bumped my head on that. That was not fun. All right. And I can tell we got a clog somewhere. Vacuum is not quite sucking up what it was. I want to give y'all an update of what's going on, what we're doing. Join in the fun. More bulky stuff to remove. There goes Bonnie. Where I've heard there's been a couple new channels get started. Bruce, didn't you and Amy start a channel up? I think, if I'm remembering right. How's it going? Oh yeah, holy cow. Okay, now it gets a little bit narrower. Another large gap. And now some of this watery looking stuff here is probably we had some plumbing redone. There's the bottom of the This is the bottom of the bathtub. So these two lines back here go to the shower. These are to the bathtub. We had the drain line on the shower moved. So there's probably something happened there. And then that I think is the ventilation stack. So some of this hasn't been touched, but yeah, there's definitely huge swaths of this stuff. And that's why we're getting so much mustiness in the house. It's from this. So I might have to pull back some of that insulation and see if we're properly sealed there. There's more spider webby stuff along the outside, so. Hey, congratulations on 25,000 views. That's awesome. Whether it's a short or long or whatever, that's really cool. You should feel proud of yourself and happy, man. I'm glad. That's really, really cool. Okay. Now, Sherry, don't panic. Just a little cramped here. Respirator? No, I don't need a respirator. The air down here is actually really clean. So this is a conditioned crawl space, which means the air inside the house vents into the crawl space, and then there's a separate fan in the crawl space that sucks it up and out. So it's actually air conditioned down here. The air is clean. Certainly if this was like full of dusty insulation, stuff like that, I need a respirator, or likely I'd probably hire someone to do this. This is like super easy stuff. It's like just being under your house, but it's like super clean. I mean, that's not bad at all. You'll notice there's no insulation between the floor and down here. It's because it's all conditioned. So that's also why it's incredibly important that the conditioned crawl be completely clean and masked off and not have cuts in it. Because you're using the air from inside the house, you can get into negative pressure situations where the pressure in the house is less than the pressure in the crawl space. And so the air in the crawl space can go back up into the house through holes and gaps and stuff. And normally that's fine if it's properly sealed, but if it's not properly sealed, you'll start to get musty odors and stuff up into the house. So yeah. So in many ways, it's like the crawl space, a conditioned crawl space is like an extension of the house. And in our last place, we actually used it for storage and a bunch of other things because it was easy to get into. It was very accessible. Not the case here, but there's benefits about it too. Like it's completely sealed off, so the chance of, well, a lot of things we don't have. There's no vents. Just throwing away some of this stuff. There's no vents from the crawl space out. Generally, there's no access for critters outside to get in. Whatever temperature you have in the house is what you have in the crawl space. So, I mean, there's some really cool benefits to it. But like anything else, if it's not done right, you got a problem. And even a vented crawl space, if it's not done right, you got a problem. Or if you have a vented crawl space and you seal it up too tight or you don't manage the air properly, you can get the same problem. So in a house we had 2 houses ago, it had a unsealed crawl space. And if you didn't manage the vents properly, when the seasons changed and flipped, you could get all kinds of smells and stuff up in the house. So all right. But yeah, it's not just vacuuming. Right now, my first step is to vacuum. Next is to come through and seal all this stuff up. And then finally, it'll be to put a new layer of plastic. I'll be putting white plastic down, so it'll be brighter in here to see and deal with issues in the future. Because Sherry knows how often I love going into the crawl space. I go into crawl space a lot. So, for all kinds of reasons. So, want it clean, not just for ventilation, but just for living and working. Like this board, it's here. It's nailed in. It's not doing anything. Doesn't look like it ever did. I think it was used temporarily to hold up. See that? I think it was used temporarily to hold something up, and then they just tacked it in. Like hold up some piping or something. Oh. Okay, I got a problem. It just completely clogged up now. So, hey Sherry, I need you to go to the end of the vacuum that's going into the crawl space. So go under the stairs, and I need you to disconnect the inside part from the outside part and see if there's a clog in there. Otherwise, I also need you to check the one against the house, because something got sucked up and it's clogged somewhere. So, and of course, I can hear her walking around. I'm not going to be able to hear her down here though. So, and now we're just waiting. She could tell me on here, but I bet she's on her laptop, which means she left her laptop behind. That's my guess. Now she's walking around. Probably wasn't on her phone. I can hear her. What? She's grabbing the hose. Not seeing anything.
You're very, very black.
Sherry says I'm very... Which end? Sherry? Can... She's banging it. I have suction. I think she fixed it mostly. Yay, Sherry. Nice to have an assistant. Because, man, if I had to crawl over there to unclog it, you crawl back. I am in the far recesses of my crawl space now. That would not be the most fun experience. I can tell it's not completely unclogged. It's probably clogged someplace else, but doing a lot better. Doing much better. All right. So good job, Sherry. Just coming down here, see what's going on. Oh yeah, here's another big old fat cut. Thank you, whoever did this. All right. Here's some insulation. Somebody hit this. That's lovely. Okay. I gotta figure out how to move here. Nope, get off that. Okay. Whew. That was fun. Have fun, wabbits? I hope not. That'd be bad news. If we've had a wabbit infestation down here, a wabbit infestation would not be good. All right. I didn't need that body part. Yeah, this is like I don't know what happened there. All right. You can see where they previously tried to seal up this stuff with a bunch of Vicor tape. So I think something happened during construction. All right, let's see. What's back here? Anything I need to be worried about? Oh no. Damn it. I gotta be a problem. Another one. Oh. Well, this is round one. Yeah, actually in code here, they don't actually code the covering of the fiberglass insulation. So they actually put the insulation on top of the exterior, which is a little weird. So I don't know if I will actually enclose that. Because if there are moisture issues some point in the future, it's easier to find, but I don't know. All right. But you got a good point there. Some decisions have to get made. And this is like 15-year-old fiberglass too, so. All right, I'm just readjusting everything here. Don't knock over the debris box, Johnny. I actually had some Tyvek tape with me to seal this stuff up, but it was getting too much to deal with that. I should augment my debris box with a spool holder. It's probably a good idea to do that. But it's looking a lot cleaner at least. So there goes the debris box. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, oh, I'm still up on the ledge. More debris. Ow. Okay. So that next section, which I'm not going into right now, is, well, maybe I will. Might be the access point. That is the bedroom. Buffering and disconnecting. Yeah, well. Not sure what to do about that. Oh, Holly's got good. All right. All right. Ah, look at that. I actually just found my first spider living here. Right there. In a web. So, that makes me wonder what's going on over here. Why was there a spider here? And what's going on up there? Don't know. It's gotta get sealed up. There was nothing obvious. I can see. But definitely another section that needs to get sealed. All right. Oh yeah, we got lots of spiders in the house. I honestly think that's just from the house being vacant a long time. After we moved out of the last house, I started finding all kinds of spiders inside the house. Like, you could tell it was vacant. Big concrete washout block here. Don't want to lay on that. Okay. Coming through. Let's see here. Huh. Always mystery stains. Some mystery leak at some point. No water over here. So lovely nail. Well, everybody, I'm getting the warning light on my phone, so I don't want to drop below 20% on my charge in case I need to make a call while I'm down here. So thanks all for hanging out with me while I clean the crawl space. That's life these days for us. Y'all take care, and we're hoping we can be back with our usual stuff soon, but moving's complicated. Our old house hasn't sold yet. We had an offer and they rescinded it like a few days in. It's just, yeah. All right, everyone. Y'all take care. We'll see you around. Bye.